Dang it, did I forget my keys? Oh no. Not again. Oh. I'm going to show you how to make a bait tank. Alright, so my reason for making this video. Last week I went out with my dad, my granddad, and my brother, and we fished with a guy named Ezel Cox. If you haven't checked out my Instagram, check it on Instagram. This is YouTube. I don't know why you're trying to check Instagram on YouTube. Come on. Anyways, he showed us how to do striper fishing, and I think I'm hooked. I've done it in the past, but this was a long time ago that I did it. So I want to show you what he's showing me on how to make a bait tank. So I'm learning with you. Yeah, I've never done this before, so it should be very, 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 very interesting. And you may have noticed that I have this horrible facial hair, and that's because I hate myself. That's really... No, I'm kidding. It's because, well, I don't know. Why not? Life's too short. Do a ridiculous mustache. You know, dye your hair green. I don't know. Oh, that's cringy. We'll probably cut that out. I'm going to show you what you need. A 55-gallon drum. Some sort of bilge pump. Preferably one under 800 gallons per hour. Hawes. And hose clamps. An angle grinder. Because where's the fun if there's no angle grinder? A tape measure. You will need an energy drink. You'll need to measure on your 55-gallon drum 24 inches. Oh wow, that is perfect. Now comes the fun part. When using any kind of power tool, be sure to use the proper safety equipment, such as eye protection, so you don't lose an eye. Fun fact that I learned today. When you use an angle grinder on a 55-gallon drum of plastic, it sends scalding, melted plastic all over you. So, that's fun. Probably shouldn't be breathing that. It is 24 inches tall, and it is dirty. It needs to be washed out. So I'm gonna go wash it out. Something that I failed to mention. This guy is a master with bait. And when I mean master, those of you who fish, shad are almost impossible to keep alive, for an extended period of time, I should say. I've been able to keep them alive for maybe 2 days at most. We went fishing with him a week ago, and the bait that we used he caught in November of last year. That's insane, absolutely crazy. So if I could recreate that and be able to keep bait alive that long, that's a total game changer. So, as you can see, I didn't film it because well, it would be boring. But I cleaned out the tank, and I realized, unfortunately, I realized that there are holes in the bottom of this barrel. So, luckily, I have some marine-grade silicone that I'm going to try and use to plug those holes. If I can't do that, I'm going to end up getting a different barrel, but we'll see how that works out. Next, what we're going to want to do is get our pump. And this I just bought at a local marine shop. This is a 400-gallon an hour pump. So nothing real crazy, just enough to, you know, get the water flow going. Then we're going to want to get out our hose. Hopefully this is the right size. Oh yeah, what a nice snug fit. This is actually just radiator hose. I picked it up at the local auto parts shop. Since I already have holes in my tank and I'm going to have to repair them, I may mount this pump to the side of it just so that it's not, you know, sitting on the bottom. I need a hose clamp. Where's my hose clamps at? We're going to stick the hose on this pump. like so. Then we're going to tighten it down just so we know that it doesn't leak. Probably should have got some smaller hose clamps. This is just so you can mount your pump to where it's not just flopping around in there. Now it's mounted. So the hard part is not done. This was the easy part. So the hard part's probably going to be really hard. Okay. What you're going to want to do next is make a top. Now, preferably, if you have one of these 55-gallon drums, you could just cut the top off of it, just right around the seam, and it will sit back down on top of your tank. Now, this one that I have does not have a top on it. Someone has cut the top off of it, and someone just gave it to me, so I figured I'd just make do. And so I'm going to make my top out of wood. And what you're going to want to do is trace the outside of the top of your barrel. Again, I want to clarify, using any sort of power tool, you should probably put eye protection on because you only got 2 of them if you're lucky. So what you're going to want to do next, you want to feed the hose up into a reservoir, and that reservoir needs to have some sort of filtration, and then it trickle down into the actual bucket, or the bait tank I should say. So I got a mixing bucket from Walmart, super cheap, and I have drawn a circle on it where I need to drill the hole to put the hose in, and then I'm going to drill a bunch of holes in the bottom. I'm going to use pillow cushioning as filtration, which is what Ezel suggested. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now we have the hose in our reservoir. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drill some holes for these hinges that I got, and I've cut my lid in half. That way I can flap up a part, and the other part can just hold the filtration process. So hopefully it turns out. This is all very new, but I think it's going to end up looking all right. The idea behind this is that I can open it up without opening the whole thing to get bait. We're going for functionality, not for prettiness. Does it look good? Not really. It kind of looks like I made it in my garage that doesn't even have like flooring in it, but it's gonna work. Hopefully it's gonna work. Now we're gonna do something that should be required in every single homemade project ever, and that is using zip ties. Because zip ties, as everyone knows, is the ultimate holding technology for everything. This is my reservoir tank that's gonna hold the filtration. And so what I'm gonna do is draw an outline of it where it's going to be secured to the top of this bait tank. And then I'm going to drill a bunch of holes in it, because then I can fit my zip ties all the way in it. It's going to be great. Once you have a way that you're going to secure your bucket or reservoir onto the top, what you're going to want to do now is get some pillow cushioning. Let's get some cushioning. Oh, beautiful filtration. There we go. That seems like a pretty good amount. Oh, Then you're going to want to drill a bunch of holes in the bottom of this reservoir to let water through. You can always add more holes if it's not enough, but that's the basic idea. Then you put your pillow cushioning in there, like so. Like I said, the ultimate securing tool here. Now this is the boring part. This is just the intensive labor part. Take some time. Alright, so now on the lid there is a reservoir attached to it, and hopefully it will work. My camera's died, so I'm stuck using my phone. All I did is wired it to where I can hook it up and show you how it works. The pump hooked into our reservoir here with all that good stuff. And when it pumps, it just pumps the water through. Aerates and filtrates your water. Pretty awesome. So now just to catch some bait. Do you like the boat? What's up, angler gang? I'm out here on the water here testing my bait tank, and I've got the wonderful Miss Ellie here. Ellie, can you say hi? She's a little hateful, but she likes the boat. Do you like the boat? Anytime you point a camera at her, she just doesn't like it. But this is what the bait tank looks like. And hopefully the shads stay alive, so we'll see what happens. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for your support. Have a wonderful day.